Ben, I want to ask you about another university because you're a former Harvard Law student, and you were very involved in what was going on there. And I know you publicly commented on then President Claudine Gay and asking her to step down. She's still there, by the way. She's not the president, but she's still a highly paid professor. What can you tell us about Harvard and what's the latest with that situation? Because it isn't just Columbia, of course.
Unfortunately, it isn't just Columbia. Frankly, the two schools that have been really the worst over the past year and a half, but even going back many years prior, are Columbia and Harvard. Let's just talk about what's going on in the past 2 or 3 weeks at Harvard first. Just 2 weeks ago, Harvard's Palestine Solidarity Group, called the PSC, a student group, was allowed to host a man named Mohammed El-Kurd. Mohammed El-Kurd is a so-called journalist, essentially Hamas-sympathizing journalist, who has said as detestable and condemnable things as, all Zionists should perish. He's used that sort of language in the past in writing publicly and retweeted such language. And Harvard, fully aware that he'd engaged in this kind of, threatening speech and conduct, speech that creates an unlawful, hostile environment in violation of Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 with respect to Jewish students on the basis of ethnicity and ethnic characteristics and shared ancestry and national origin with Israel or affiliation with Israel. Harvard, fully aware of this, nevertheless allowed Mohammed El-Kurd to come to Harvard's campus to speak just about 2 weeks ago. Just another week or two prior to that, a Harvard employee was caught on film ripping down posters in recognition of and in remembrance of the Bibas children who were so horrifically murdered by Hamas, along with their mother and both of their mother's parents, their grandparents on their mother's side. We had a Harvard staffer ripping down posters of Jewish and Israeli victims of October 7th. This wasn't something that happened a year and a half ago or 6 months ago. This happened 2 to 3 weeks ago with Harvard's full awareness.